Were you surprised about Harry and Meghan retreating from social media?
I'm not surprised at anything those two do. They just do whatever gets them the most attention. I mean, honestly, everybody's bored with them. So I mean, every time, we're all sick and tired of them. I'm sick and tired of them. Everyone's sick and tired of them. No one cares about them anymore. They're completely irrelevant. And so they're just doing things to make themselves relevant. And one of the things they can do is to come off social media, because then everyone will go, Harry and Meghan are not on social media anymore. What does it mean? It just means that,
do you think it's
children? Sorry.
Yeah, but do you think it's more calculated then, or do you think that it just shows how sensitive they are?
No, I think it's totally calculated. There's probably going to be some announcement about a second baby or something. So they're probably, coming off social media for mental health reasons, so that, they can prepare for the announcement. I don't know. They don't seem to do anything sincerely at all, those two. And it's odd, because of course they want to be seen as very sincere, but it just all comes across as very, very calculated. But I think they're now part of that. I don't think they ever stopped. I don't think Meghan actually ever stopped being part of that very sort of Californian sort of circle, where this sort of thing is just how people behave. And I think that she's just sort of she's not behaving any differently from any other sort of celebrity who wants to get headlines and attention and, media space. She's just doing what they all do, which is to sort of control their image and sort of drip feed information to their fans and basically keep everyone wanting more. I mean, it's only grumpy old ladies like me who don't fall for it.
I must say I'm a bit sceptical as to how long this will last, because when they were prevented by the Queen from using the Sussex royal title, they made clear on their website that they would be returning to social media with some new titles. So, it really does, we'll see how it plays out. And I also wonder whether, perhaps they're on it anonymously. There's a lot of people on social media under pseudonyms. Can they really stay away? They've made clear before that they're very interested in reading everything that's written about them, even comments beneath articles. So forgive me for being a little bit skeptical.
How do you think this will be viewed by the companies that they've got these lucrative podcast and TV contracts with? Because presumably they're a bit aghast that it shuts down a huge part of Harry and Meghan's audience, i.e. their currency.
Possibly, but then again, it might add to the sort of air of exclusivity about them. These companies like Spotify might want, the only place that you can hear Harry and Meghan is on their new podcast. So I don't know. Remember, do they really need to be on anyway? I mean, they've got, people, like Omid Scobie, who essentially act as their voice pieces, and that they can speak for them online.
No, I agree with Richard. I was going to say, I think it might even be, a tactic, because, this, as Richard says, if you're paying a lot of money for somebody's content, you don't really want them spouting it for free on their social media channels. So, much better to have it behind a paywall or a subscription service. And maybe that's one of the reasons they've done it. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to think that they've done it because they're having some sort of quiet, normal time together. But I don't know. The track record of these two doesn't make me think that that's why they've done it. But I could be proved wrong, and I would be very happy to be proved wrong and to apologise profusely and grovel. But I suspect that won't be happening.
Let's move on to the Queen now. And Sarah, do you think Her Majesty's being a little bit mischievous with this arrangement for the birthday celebrations and inviting Harry and Meghan?
I think she's doing exactly the right thing. She should invite them. He is her grandson. She's doing what the Queen always does, which is she's respecting the protocol. She couldn't not invite them, could she? Can you imagine if she hadn't invited them? The furor. She has to invite them, and it's up to them to come. I think they should come. Personally, I think it'd be very rude not to come to her birthday celebrations. But who knows? It's not. These two don't really follow the rules of royal etiquette. And in fact, that's one of the reasons they want to live in America, is because they don't want to follow the rules of royal etiquette. But I think at least Harry should come. I mean, Meghan doesn't have to come if she doesn't want to. But I think it would be nice if Meghan came, if Harry came.
I think it is a genuine dilemma for Harry and Meghan because, you know, Trooping the Colour is the military celebration of the Queen's birthday. And obviously the military links for Harry were the thing he treasured most, you know, and he was stripped of those. So to come back and see all, you know, his former troops marching and everything is very, very awkward. But then Trooping the Colour is also a family celebration where traditionally the whole family gathers on Buckingham Palace balcony. And, you know, from our programme, we still have that very old image now of the entire royal family on the balcony. And we want to see that again, but I really can't see that happening. Can you?
Yeah, I think, yes, obviously he is, you know, he's the Queen's grandson. But do you think they might be thinking, well, if we come, it risks making the entire event a feast for, you know, all eyes on Harry and Meghan?
Well, that's up to them, isn't it? I mean, he can just fly quietly home and sit in Frogmore Cottage until it's time to go, and then, you know, not make a big thing about it. I mean, I suspect the Queen is just, I mean, how many Trooping of the Colours has she done now? I mean, you know, it's not as though, you know, I think she just wants to have, she's done the right thing. She's followed the etiquette. She would like to have him there. He's invited. You know, and even if it is a bit about him, then so what? I mean, because it is, I mean, so much about the royal family these days is about this schism. So I think that's fair enough, to be honest. I mean, I think, you know, there is a risk of that, but it won't be all about him because at the end of it, it's still the Queen at the heart of it all.
From what I hear, it's much more likely that we will see Harry and Meghan here for the unveiling of the statue of Princess Diana on what would have been her 60th birthday. I think they would see that as, you know, an occasion that they really must be here, and that would be avoiding all the potential problems of Trooping the Colour. And that also, I think, ties in with the time of the Invictus Games that Harry's organising for ex-servicemen in The Hague in the Netherlands. So I think he would come over for both of those big events.